And we're all set once again for another exciting contest between two heavy giants. It's match number 16 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition. It's 7 districts taking on UUDS Tuskers, two sides who've already had a great run so far in this tournament. Will be clashing today in this very important contest for both the sides. Right then, just a short while ago, I was there in the middle with the two captains and the match referee for the flip of the coin. Well, it's toss time here in Abu Dhabi, where Intolerance Oval, and we're all set for match number 16 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. And it is the clash of the two heavy giants in this contest. It's 7 districts taking on UUDS Tuskers. It's time now to introduce you to the star cast for this evening. On my left is the captain Dylan of UUDS Tuskers. On his left is Farman from 7 districts. And on the extreme left is our esteemed match referee, Mr. Preetham. Dylan, you got the coin. Please give it a spin.
Head is the call.
Dylan, congratulations for winning the toss. What's the plan?
We will choose to ball first.
Specific reason you would want to bowl first?
I saw last game because his second is due. I think better than last match 160, 170 is best score we can get chase.
Started off the tournament with a loss, but then a couple of wins consecutively. I'm sure that would have given a lot of confidence to the ball.
Yes, we plan match by match, and first match loss. We prepare for how to go to the quarter final, and we'll do it. And I think this is a good match. Three changes: Tarak, Ravi, and out, Janidu and Nadish Bandarin.
Good game, Dylan. फरमान, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आप टॉस हार गए. अगर जीतते तो क्या मूड था आपका आज यहाँ पे करने का?
नहीं, हमारा भी वही प्लान था कि हम अगर टॉस जीते भी तो ऑब्वियसली मैंने वही करना था, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि इसमें आप जितना इजीली कंफर्ट जोन में रह के स्कोर कर सकें तो उतना इजी रहता है, तो फिर बाद में थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है.
बैटिंग करनी पड़ रही है, आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे 200 भी लग रहे हैं यहाँ पे, तो क्या लगता है बैटिंग आप पहले कर रहे हैं, कितना स्कोर आप रखेंगे यूएस के सामने तो ठीक रहेगा?
हमारा बिल्कुल यही टारगेट है कि हम इंशाल्लाह 200 प्लस करें, 200 प्लस की तरफ जाएं. ऑब्वियसली जहन में तो 250 आ रहा है और इंशाल्लाह हम जहाँ तक जा सके हमारी कोशिश है कि 200 प्लस करें, तो फिर आपको पता बाद में इंशाल्लाह इजी डिस्से करेंगे.
फिलहाल आपने बड़ी ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस दी है, कितना मानी रखता है वो टीम के लिए, कितना कॉन्फिडेंस ले रही है टीम?
हाँ बिल्कुल जी, अगर आप टीम को लीड भी कर रहे हैं और ऑफिसली आप परफॉर्म भी कर रहे हैं तो इट्स मीन कि आपके सब कुछ आपके कंधों पे है, तो आप टीम को लेके भी चलना है, पुश भी करना है और साथ साथ लड़कों को भी लेके चलना है. तो बस यही है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एफर्ट कर रहा हूँ, बाकी रिजल्ट अल्लाह की ज़ात देगी है.
That's the news, and the confirmation coming in from the centre is that UUDS Tuskers, they won the toss and they've decided to bowl first. Well, it's a good toss to win. Dylan had absolutely no hesitations to be bowling first. Let's have a quick rundown of the two playing 11s. Farman Ali leading the side of Ahmed the Speedster, Irshad Khan, Lahiru Sandaravan, Raheel Ali, Syed Haidarwasi Shah, Wahab Hassan, Aftab Javed. Farhan Khan makes a comeback in this team, and also Mohammad Irfan. And alongside Rohit, so they've made quite a few changes. And also talking about UUDS Tuskers, led by Dylan Surabira, Akalanka Ganegama, Almas Ayub, Asal Segera, Dimutu De Silva, Mudita Lakshan, Muhammad Adil Hassan, Tilan Gunaratne, Arvinda Janidu, Nadish Bandhara, and Nadira Ishan. Yep, they've got quite a few exciting players in the lineup as well, UUDS Tuskers. They made a few changes as well. They've made 3 changes, mind you, in this very important game. They know they're just 1 game away to get into the qualifying. Here we go. Again, it's going to be the captain himself. He did start off even in the last game, but was a little expensive, and then realizing there wasn't much happening early on the surface, so he just removed himself from the attack pretty early. This is certainly going to be a very exciting little contest between two very, very talented sides. Quick single. does well in the end. Raheel Ali, of course, he's in top form. He's been a consistent performer. Missed out to his 100, I remember. Got out into his 90s where there were plenty of overs remaining in that contest. Oh, beautifully ball. Now, talking about Dylan Survira, another very experienced campaigner, a man from Colombo. Exciting all-rounder, of course, has played first-class cricket as well. So he brings a lot of experience on the table, and that's what you need. I think he's led his team extremely well in this tournament. He's been a very inspirational leader, has taken some exceptional decisions, and I think he's been very spot on with the rotation of his bowlers. He's a very intelligent captain. Dylan Survira reads the game really well, and that's what you need. You need a captain who's switched on, who assesses the situation, gets rather adapts to the situations quickly. And Dylan, I think he's been mighty impressive, and on top of that, now he's bowling exceptionally well. This is a good start. He's really rushing into his over, just one delivery remaining, so he's not really letting the batters settle. So far, this is a quiet over. He's having a long on in position alongside just the one fielder outside the circle, alongside a deep mid wicket as well. So a very good, decent, quiet over by Dylan. Just giving 4 runs in the first over. Good delivery. Right on the money. Perfect start for somebody who's having a very good tournament so far. He's tall. He really bends his back, gets a lot of bounce because of his height. And also he's got a very high arm action as well. So the release point is quite high. That's what makes it even more difficult for the batters, really, because Farman is not a very tall man. This is going to be a good little contest. Farman, of course, another batter who has done extremely well as a captain. He's been amongst the run scorers as well. This is what's been very impressive. I mean, the lengths he's bowled so far in this tournament has been very impressive. Yeah, they've done a lot of hard work. I mean, there's a lot which goes behind the scenes if we talk about UUDS Tuskers, their team manager, and of course their sports analyst, Mr. Vihanga Pereira, a very experienced professional. Vihanga Pereira currently serving as the manager and the sports analyst of UUDS Tuskers. Also, of course, he's also accredited scorer and analyst affiliated with Sri Lanka Cricket, contributing to major club level cricket in Sri Lanka. Also, he's got vast experience of more than 8 years at the top of domestic level, brings strong expertise in, gets those match analysis done, performance evaluation. So yeah, his analytical approach and deep understanding towards the game continues to play a vital role in the team development and overall success. Yeah, something going on with the behind the side screen. Yeah, all is good now. Raheel happy to go. Muhammad Adil Hassan on the other end. It's bowling well so far. That's nicely punched. It's racing away towards the boundary. I don't really think the ball will have enough legs, but they should be able to come back for the third. Good throw, but both of these batters, they're lightning quick between the wickets. It looks very stylish for Farman Ali. Every time he goes at the back foot, you wouldn't want to bowl anything shorter to Farman Ali. Very stylish, elegant right-handed batter. And he's amongst the run scorers, of course. One of the leading scorers we have in this tournament so far. He's got a big job in his hands this evening. Yeah, not the best of deliveries. Mohammad Adil Hassan has got this wrong. The length was perfectly fine, but the problem was the ball was drifting down the leg side. And Farman, he's a very smart cricketer. He's just used the pace and just glanced it, knowing where the fine leg was, and has found the gap to perfection to get a boundary to his name. So watchful start by the two batters, and that's what you need. You don't want to be losing early wickets. Don't want to be putting any kind of pressure on your middle order batters. It's always great to set the tone early on and just lay the foundation. Well, that's been smacked away towards the square leg region. Back-to-back boundaries. The captain, he's just continuing from where he left off in the last game. He is in some immaculate touch. Yeah, that was a nothing delivery. It was too short. Farman Ali, he had all the time in the world, and gets another boundary to his name. So it's an expensive over already. 13 runs. That's what they've gotten. There's still one ball to go. That's a really good start by Seven Districts. That's a good comeback delivery for Farman Ali, just getting a single to retain strike at the next over. It's 18 for no loss after 2. I was marginally short, but direct hit. I think Farman Ali would have been in a bit of trouble. It's the worst feeling to really get out early on in the power play, and that too in the form of a run out, and that too when you're in sublime form. This is going to be interesting now. Raheel is someone who does fancy his chances against the spinners. But what Dylan is doing, he's just keeping things so tight. He's not really allowing the batters to go for a big hit, and that's all because of some very disciplined bowling. He's not letting the batters free their arms. Very consistent, very precise with his lines especially. And that's been cut away. And he will get a boundary. So the margin of error is so minimal when you bowl in the power play. And Dylan realized the moment he released the ball, he knew that that will be struck for a boundary. Too short. Yeah, he's a very strong cutter of the ball. Look at the shuffle he's made. Raheel Ali literally covered all his stumps and exposed his leg stump as well. Maybe Dylan could have fired right onto the stumps. Rather, he bowled it short and also offered a lot of width. And now this is some very intelligent batting. There's nobody patrolling towards the deep square leg. They do have a deep mid wicket, but that field is more towards the cow corner region. So there's wide spaces and gaps towards, you can see on your screens, nobody patrolling towards that area. And Raheel, knowing that Dylan is going to bring the ball in towards him, That shot is always a safe option. This is very good cricket we're witnessing. You can again see that Raheel Ali wanted to do a replica. He wanted to play same shot, wanted to sweep it, but Dylan was equal to the task. He bowled it a little quicker and slightly adjusted his length. Good little contest. I think he's gotten away with it. There should have been a boundary. Luckily, it's only a wide. So they're off to a good start here. Seven Districts. They have the runs on the board. Haven't lost a wicket. Haven't really played any false strokes so far. Does well eventually, Dylan. End of over number 3. It's 28 for no loss. I think this is a good move. Almas Ayub, usually we see him, he's been introduced pretty late in the contest, but he's been introduced early in the power play, and he's someone who gets a lot of bounce and kick off the surface. So this is going to be a good little contest. Yeah, he did get the bounce, but not the direction right. Almas Ayub, of course, just for the viewers who are not aware and don't know about Almas Ayub, he was a regular member of the team he's now playing against. He was a product of Seven Districts. For the people who know this guy, Almas Ayub, he was such a terrific all-rounder. He's been a great servant for Seven District for many years. So, of course, he knows the strengths and weaknesses of the opponents. Has played a lot of cricket with Team 7 Districts. And here he is. He's been introduced way too early. So let's see. At the moment, you can see he's getting that prodigious bounce off the wicket. We would want to see the back of these two early because both of them, they do have the capability to get 100. Nicely bowled. You could again see Raheel just very busy at the crease, again trying to shuffle, and that's where Almas adjusted his length beautifully, and also the line, not really letting him free his arms. So far, so good. Hafiz Almas Ayub, a genuine wicket taker. They need his expertise and services in this crunch encounter. This has been pulled away. Hasn't really timed it. It just got a little big on Raheel Ali, but eventually we'll get a couple of runs. But talking about UUDS Tuskers, they've steadily built a very strong reputation recently in the UAE domestic cricket. Of course, they've been known as a very competitive side, capable of really challenging some of the best teams here in the local circuit. And over the past few seasons, they've featured in a number of prominent tournaments across the UAE and have been consistently producing very strong performances. Quick single will only be just a one eventually. We've played the Bhakhati League, and it really speaks volumes about the standard of the cricket they're playing. And of course, when you look at this squad, you'll find a blend of experienced campaigners and some emerging talents as well. Gives that balance both with stability, of course, the much needed energy, making them a very dangerous team on their day. UUDS Tuskers, they didn't have a great start, of course. They went on to lose their first game, but then they have really come in hard with a bang in this tournament. Couple of wins to their name. They are one of the top quality sides. Does well in the end. So yeah, they have certainly established themselves as one of the teams to watch in the UAE cricket scene. I did mention on regards to their team manager and their sports analyst who's doing a fine job having a close eye as to what's happening out there in the center. A lot of analysis is being done, pre-match analysis, post-match analysis. Oh, flicked away nicely. But yet again, he's not been able to really middle the ball. Maybe they could opt to have a deep mid wicket rather than deep square, because we have seen that so far they haven't really played many shots towards the deep, rather they're opting to go towards the deep mid wicket. It's 36 for no loss after 4. Well, this is a very interesting move. Dylan, he's opting to ball another over. Let's see if this decision pays off, because both the batters are now well settled, and I'm pretty much optimistic they're going to go after him in this over. Well, this is up in the air, and very lucky for Farman Ali that it has gone away from the fielder. On any other given day, this could have really gone into the hands of the fine leg fielder, but lucky escape gets a couple of runs to start off this over. So far, 76 will believe they've done a decent job without taking much of risks. They have gotten off to a good start, 38 for no loss. 76, of course, this is an important game for them. They have gone on to their winning tracks. They've won their last encounter, mind you, comfortably. But this is going to be a different challenge altogether. Beautifully done. He's keeping things very simple in the middle. And what I really like about Dylan, he bowls according to his field. He knows where his fielders are. It's a 5-4 field setup. He's got 5 fielders on the offside and he's got 4 towards the leg side. Oh, that's a wonderful stroke by Raheel Ali. And oh, he's done exceptionally well. I thought this could have trickled towards the boundary, but they're really giving the 100% in the field. And he's certainly saved a couple of runs for his team. So good to see that both the batters, they're just ensuring they are having those little mini chats. Just ensure you keep having those conversations in the middle. Good communication. Now that's once again hit up in the air, but he has found the fielder. It's a brain fade for Raheel, and Dylan Surabira, he gets the first wicket for his team. And this is a really good move. He opted to bowl another over. He was so confident that he could go on to pick up a wicket, and that's exactly what he's done. He's picked up an important wicket of Raheel Ali. It's 41 for 1. Well, Mohammad Irfan walks at number 3 position, very important, crucial position, and good to see him back in the side. He was rested in the last game, of course. Oh, that is a thick outside edge, but will get a single to open his account. He's been recently gotten a call from the UAE camp, so he's been busy with his training, with the net sessions, with the strength and conditioning. I think it's an off day for the UAE lads, so just having a rest. And Mohammad Irfan, not so. He's playing this important game, so good to see that he's made a comeback in this crucial encounter game. He knows that this is such a crunch game for them. This is a brilliant over by the captain himself, getting a wicket in his third over. It's 42 for 1. Almas will continue and be bowling the last over of the power play. That shot, just testing Mohammad Irfan. It's already been called as one for the over, so no more bumpers from Almas Ayub. We won't expect that. This is going to be a good little contest between these two, Mohammad Irfan and Almas Ayub. I did mention that they have played a lot of cricket in the same team, so they're pretty much aware of their weaknesses and, of course, also their strengths at the same time. Mas at the moment, he's having a deep fine leg in position and a deep point in position right then. With this kind of a feel, I don't think he can bowl anything fuller. Yeah, just slashing on that one, but will be called as a wide. This team of UUDS Tuskers, they've been blessed with a lot of talent, with a lot of experience at the same time. I did mention about the team manager, Vihanga Pereira, and of course, they are also blessed to have Sachitra Senanayaka as the batting consultant, and of course, the team mentor as well, a former Sri Lankan international and ICC Cricket World Cup winner, not to forget. He did go on to represent the Sri Lanka national cricket team in 3 World Cup campaigns. Oh, that's been pulled away very nicely, and I think he will get it. He'll get the 6 much needed runs for his team. And again, he's opted to bowl a bumper. Mohammad Irfan, he wasn't very happy with the umpire's decision. He was just having a polite inquiry. But then what a terrific shot this was. So yeah, talking about, of course, Mr. Sachitra Senanayake has also brought valuable global experience through his stints with Kolkata Knight Riders, Sydney Sixers, Yorkshire County Cricket Club. Somebody who holds Sri Lanka Test cap number 125, reflecting his contributions at the highest level of the game. Again, it's been pulled away, and the result is the same. Back-to-back maxis. Well, this is not working for Almas Ayub. With this kind of a pace and this length, Mohammad Irfan, he's going to make you pay. He's already off to a blistering start, and he's looking very dangerous out there, Irfan. It has been absolutely dismissed from his presence. Almas should realize that Mohammad Irfan, he's somebody who really waits and looks for anything short, and that was exactly where he was looking for Almas to bowl. So already 13 runs in the first three deliveries could be a massive over. Yeah, good comeback delivery by Almas Ayub. So yeah, I was just mentioning on regards to Sir Sachitra Sen Nayak. It's such a privilege, really, to have somebody like him in your team. It really gives you a lot of confidence, just to boost your morale. His wealth of experience, international experience, and the tactical knowledge continues to be a great asset in guiding and developing this team of UUDS Tuskers. I think he's gotten away with it. It was way too short once again, and Irfan could have really slashed hard on it. And you can see Almas Ayub, he's in a bit of a pain. Doesn't seem to be 100%. He's done something to his right elbow, which is, of course, his bowling arm. So that's not the best of news. Almas Ayub, we know he's one of their premier bowlers. Seems to be in quite a bit of pain out there. So just a one delivery that he needs to bowl, and then he will be going out surely for much needed medical attention. Oh, he's missed out once again. Oh, in fact, it's been given as a wide. So Almasa, you will have to go back and reload. He's already, you can see he's looking in a lot of pain out there. But then he'll have to now go back and bowl another ball. He's been quite wavered in this over. We saw he bowled quite short to Irfan, and now he's bowling it way too wide. And there's no protection, mind you. There's nobody patrolling towards the offside, towards the deep. There's only a short cover. They've got a point in position, mid on, and the deep third man. So with that kind of a length and also the line, Mohammad Irfan, you could see that he really went hard on it, but unlucky, couldn't get the desired connection. Yeah, it's a massive over. He's been all over the place, and that's all because he's not looking at his 100%. You can see he's holding his right elbow, and that is an excellent power play for some districts. It's 60 for 1. Well, no surprises. It's the captain deciding to bowl out his 4 over quota, and why not? I mean, he's been spot on, especially with the new ball when we know that Raheel and Farman can really take you on. But Dylan, the channels at which he's bowled this evening has been quite impressive. It's always good to really perform as a captain, really boosts the morale of the team as well at the same time. And he's doing a fine job so far in this tournament. Made some brave calls even in the last game, but they went on to win the game comfortably. and he should enjoy bowling to the left-handers. Dylan Suravira is someone who does have the tendency to turn the ball. You can see the flight and the trajectories he's opted to go with. That has been impressive. I've seen left-arm bowlers, even the right-arm finger spinners, they've been bowling way too quick on this wicket, and they haven't really gotten the desired results. And now that is gonna be a catch in the deep. So Farman Ali, after getting a good start, it's the captain yet again striking. That is once again a good little setup and a good strategy implemented by the captain. He bowled according to his field, and Farman Ali just has thrown away his wicket after a very promising start. It's 62 for 2. Dylan to continue. And that is what you really expect from somebody like Dylan Suravira. He's such a confident captain every time he comes in for the toss, he's out there in the field. He brings a lot of positivity and energy in the field. And look at what he's done. He took the charge. He said, I'm going to be the one who's going to be starting off the proceedings. And he's kept the 7 districts batters quiet, who we know that can really just tear the bowling apart. Look at this delivery now. This is such high class quality right arm off break bowler bowling at the moment. You don't really see this much often. It's a track where we haven't really seen much happening in this tournament. I mean, the bowlers, they've been struggling to really grip the ball, turn the ball, but the man on your screen, look at him go to be bowling his last delivery of the spell, and he does exceptionally well. Irfan taking no chances against him. This is such an exciting spell by the captain himself. It's 63 for 2 after 7. Well, this is already such an exciting start to this contest, and this is what was expected, where two of the heavyweights go on to play each other. 7 districts, of course, one of the most renowned sides, plenty of experience on the other end. UUDS Tuskers have already mentioned about a few members of their team. Aftab Javed, I think the stage is set for him. He's someone who will take a bit of time there in the center. He won't just throw away his wicket. He knows the situation. Irfan on the other end, you can see he's been a little aggressive. He's going hard against the bowlers. And Almas Ayub, yeah, you could see that he was all over the place. He was struggling. And it's a good move that they've opted to bring Janidu Inuvara, another very exciting talent, right arm medium fast bowler. Of course, will add a lot of value. Ravindra Sanjay has been rested in this game, who I believe he did a fine job, but he's nonetheless Janidu Inuvara, another very talented cricketer, man from Sri Lanka, excellent all-rounder. Has played a lot of cricket back in Sri Lanka. And to give a bit of more information about this young chap, Janidu, he was recently the best bowler in the 50th Bharati League. I mean, those are the big stages. Bharati League happens every single year, and it was the 50th Bharati League Jubilee. And he is the man on your screen. He was super impressive. He bowled exceptionally well. And in the end, he was the best bowler eventually. So he will add a lot of value. He's somebody who's very deceptive. Oh, directed. They're asking the question. He's somebody who's not predictable. He'll read the batter right till the end. Doesn't have a lot of pace, but then he bowls with a lot of control. Janidu Inuvara. And this is a very good inclusion in the all-important game against Seven Districts. They've opted to bring in Janidu Inuvara, who had a great outing in the Bharati League and was someone who really made life tough for the batters. And here he is again on a wicket where we haven't seen much for the bowlers. We do expect Janidu Inuvara to just continue from where he left off in the last tournament, and this is such an exciting start. Just a couple of runs is what he's given. And you can see what happened there. Aftab Javed, he just wanted to do something different. He tried to create room, and that's where Janidu just fired it onto the line of his body. That surely is going to be a wide. So they've got plenty of talent, UUDS Tuskers. They've made 3 changes. Of course, the man on your screen, Janidu, gets the game, and then you've got Vimukti Aravinda, another fine spinner. He's a former Sri Lankan under-19 leg spinner. You'll see him in action soon. Nicely punched, but straight to the fielder. We'll continue the chat after this over. It's 66 for 2. Right then, it's going to be Asal Segera. He's been mighty impressive so far in this tournament. With the bat, with the ball, of course, was judged the player of the match as well in the last game. And He's somebody who bowls with a lot of control. And just for the viewers who don't really know much about him, the man from Sri Lanka again, Asal Segera, is a terrific all-rounder. Has played a lot of first class back in Sri Lanka from Nondescripts Cricket Club, and then also back in UK he's played a lot of cricket from Bloomfield Cricket and Athletic Club. He's got 36 matches in first class, 45 list A, and played 25 T20s as well. So he's somebody who brings in that much needed experience. And also before he moved to the UAE, he was playing a lot of minor county cricket back in England for 3 to 4 years. So that is one man on the screen who too brings so much experience on the table, and he's really proven his worth, and the skill level he's shown in this tournament has been very impressive so far. He's been amongst the wicket takers. He's been very economical. Hardly have we seen him given any runs in this tournament. Adds a lot of value and is a major asset for UUDS Tuskers. Nicely bowled and equally well played. Aftab Javed just opening the face of the bat. Will get a couple of runs eventually. So yeah, plenty of talented and experienced cricketers in UUDS Tuskers. I mean, I did see him in the last game, and I remember I did mention also on air that this man would have surely gone on to play some high level cricket, and there you go. I did do some research, and of course, yeah, nicely done once again. And of course, the team manager and the sports analyst, Mr. Vihanga Pereda, was kind enough to share these stats. 71 for 2 after 9. Missed out. It was drifting down the leg side. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire. It's been given as a leg by, so they do have the runs on the board, but they need a partnership. They're in desperate need of a partnership. Irfan, of course, already off to a good start after Javed on the other end. He can take a bit of time out there in the center. Once he gets used to the conditions, that's why we will see Aftab Javed too getting into the act. Yeah, this is a really good batting. Of course, Aftab and Mohammad Irfan would be knowing a lot about Janido Inuvera. He's a genuine wicket taker. He's somebody who's very tight in his line, especially reads the batter right till the end, and don't want to be taking any unnecessary chances against this man. So might as well just wait for a loose delivery, but he's somebody who really doesn't give any kind of looseness whatsoever. Straight into the hands will be another dot. So they're playing very sensibly here. At times, really need to be on top of your game. You need to pick and choose your bowlers. And Janido is not somebody you can just take him on. I did mention, of course, he was the best bowler in the 50th Bukhatir League, one of the mega events held here in the UAE domestic circuit. So they're dealing in singles at the moment. Yeah, so far I think both the teams will be very pleased with the start that they've gotten. 2 wickets is what they've picked up, both the openers, after a promising start. Just losing focus. And now Mohammad Irfan and Aftab just trying to steady the ship, at the moment dealing in singles. Will only be a single, another very quiet, successful over by Janidu. End of over number 10. It's 77 for 2. The players will take drinks. Well, back after drinks break, and so far, both the teams should be happy because they do have the runs on the board, 7 districts on the other end. UUDS Tuskers, they've managed to pick up both the openers. But this is not going to be easy. I mean, at one end, you have Janidu coming from the far end, and then from the pavilion end, you've got the likes of Asal Segera, who's having such a great tournament. So, this is going to be a little test for the batters of 7 districts. Of course, they do bat deep, but then again, you don't want to be slowing down. And Irfan, I don't really think he's going to be holding himself back for long. He will look to go hard. He will look to go big at one stage. And for him, it's going to be much easier to face Asal Segera, being a left-handed batter. I really love the pace at which he's bowling at the moment. He's consistently wearing his pace and making the batters think. Yeah, I'll have to go back and reload. Russell Segura, such a smart and a canny, intelligent bowler. Already we're seeing the towels out, so just is giving an indication that maybe the dew has arrived a bit early. Nicely played once again. They should be able to come back for the second. Oh, in fact, it's been denied by Irfan. Aftab now has played quite a few deliveries. They need to get somewhere around 175, 180. Of course, they do have one of the most strongest bowling lineups we have in this tournament, do 7 districts. But then again, talking about UUDS Tuskers, the same goes for them as per their batting. They've got some quality batters in their lineup as well. So expecting this to go right down to the wire. Two teams who have done exceptionally well so far in this tournament. 7 districts got onto their winning ways in the last game. UUDS Tuskers, they're having 4 points on the table, a couple of wins to the name, playing their last group stage game. Yeah, this is some fine bowling you're witnessing, and he's getting a lot of applause. There's a lot of chirping going out there. They're all charged up. The energy levels are pretty high in the middle. So another quiet over so far. I would want to finish strong here, Russell. This is high up in the air. Don't really think he's gotten a lot of bat. But will come back for a couple of more runs. But in the end, another fine over by Russell Segura. It's 84 for 2. Change of bats for Mohammad Irfan. Wasn't very happy with the stick he was batting with first. Now this man on your screen, he's been super impressive. Mudit Alakshan, he runs in so hard, it just gives you an indication that he's going to bowl quick at you. But he's got some excellent variations. Bowls a lovely back of the hand delivery, bowls cutters, leg cutter, the off cutters. He's got a lovely slower one as well. And also at times can surprise you with one quick delivery right onto the stump. So it's going to be an interesting little contest. Yeah, there you go. Straight away opting to roll his fingers over, takes the pace off the ball. But this is certainly going to be a test and a challenge for 7 districts batters. We know that they do have depth in their batting, and also the good thing is that they've somehow stitched a partnership after losing 2 wickets early on. But I think one of the batters really needs to get going. It should be Mohammad Irfan, because he's found success every time he's looked to play those big shots. Dylan at the same time, he's just making a few adjustments in the field. Yeah, this is some smart bowling display we're witnessing. Mudita Lakshan, just to let you know the feel, what he's gotten. He's having the fine and the third in the circle for the left-hander. He's having a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and a deep cover in position. So this is a perfect field placement for Mudita. And you will see him more often than not targeting the stumps. Just like that. Excellent delivery once again. The boundaries have certainly dried up. You can now sense there's a bit of pressure being mounted on the 2 batters. And it's not that they're trying to go for the big shots and they haven't found success. It's just that UUDS Tuskers bowling, they've kept things so tight in the middle. Russell Segura, we could see him not giving any kind of freebies whatsoever. Now this is high up in the air, and Aftab finally connects one and gets the much needed maximum. Now, this is the problem. Mudita needs to understand that if ever so you ball anything short, yeah, that was a gift. And Aftab, his eyes lit up the moment he saw it was way too short. And it was really deserving to go all the way for a much needed maximum. Oh, this is up in the air. This could be a wicket. Easy catch down there. It's Asil who doesn't drop many. And I'm not too sure with that shot selection by Aftab Javed. He wanted to maybe play towards the extra cover, but called a lot of elevation and has really gifted his wicket away. Mudita strikes. It's 94 for 3. Well, just when it looked like they were putting the pedal on the accelerator, Mudita Lakshan strikes and disengages the partnership. Mohammad Irshad is somebody who can really tonk the ball. But this is going to be a different ball game altogether. Oh, could have easily chopped back onto the stumps. And Mudita, he knows he had a serious case of getting another wicket. Nonetheless, terrific comeback by Mudita. It's 94 for 3. Excellent bowling performance so far. Irfan charging down the ground and no real timing once again. So at the moment, I think the men in blue, they're having an upper hand in this contest. Asil Segera just have a feeling surely will look to bowl out his 4-over quota. And every time he bowls to the right-handers, he's very deceptive. He's got an excellent arm delivery as well, which most of the batters don't read. So dealing in singles at the moment. And there's a very interesting fact about this team, UUDS Tuskers. All of their cricket, all of their players, all of them in the squad are currently doing a diploma in the aviation sector. And they're all aviation technicians. And the man behind them, behind the success, is of course their CEO, Mr. Manoj Bagoda. So it's really fascinating to see. Oh, good bit of running. It's really fascinating to see these cricketers. They still love the game. I mean, they've all played a lot of cricket back in Sri Lanka. All of them, they've gone on to play club level cricket, first class. They've got an under 19 Sri Lankan cricketer as well in this team. So it's really something to cherish. And it's a proud moment for, of course, the CEO, Mr. Manoj Bagora, to have these talented men in this side. And so far, I think they've all been mighty impressive, taking time out from their busy schedules of their daily work routine. And here they are, loving the game, loving each and every moment of the game. And they've done exceptionally well. Hats off to these men, UUDS Tuskers. In very minimal time, they've somehow formed, I think, one of the most competitive sides we have here in the UAE. Didn't really hear their name an year ago or so, but since they formed the team, they've been clinching a lot of trophies. There's a lot of hard work being put behind the scenes, which we're not aware of. And as we speak, Asad Segera, he's done exceptionally well once again. Another quiet over. No boundaries in the 13th over. It's the 100 comes up in the 13th over. But to continue, bowled a successful last over. Yes, he was tonked for a maximum, but then again, he's such a talented all-rounder, Mudita Lakshan. Another man from Sri Lanka, was born in Colombo. He's just 22 years old. He's very young, but a terrific all-rounder. Of course, finished his education in St. Joseph's College back in Colombo. He's also gone on to represent Kandy Customs Cricket Club and Sarakens Sports Club too. Now he's on the verge of picking up another wicket, which he does eventually. And that's why I keep praising this man, Mudita. He's adding so much value to his team. And again, the roll of the fingers, the one which he's been so deceptive with, yet again picks up an important wicket. It's a short stay for Irshad. And Seven Districts have lost their fourth wicket. That's 100 for 4. Well, this is a brilliant performance so far. The captain Dylan calling it right during the toss, wanted to always bowl first on this wicket. He knew he has plenty of strength in his bowling, and all the bowlers so far have risen to the big occasion and are doing a fine job for the team. Now in comes Syed Haider Wasi Shah. He's been he comes out to bat at number 3 or number 4, but today he's been given a different role. He's been held back, and he hasn't had the best of tournaments. I mean, Syed Haider Wasi Shah, he's a UAE capped cricketer. He's got vast experience on his shoulders. And surely now his services are required in this important game, and also at a very crunch situation where his team is in a bit of a trouble, I would say, because they don't have many runs on the board, and it's not all that easy for a new batter to come in. And that is whipped away nicely by Irfan. Oh, what a catch! This is unbelievable. I thought he's cleared this. Irfan is standing his ground because he is absolutely shell shocked. Oh my word, what a tremendous take! He knew where the boundary skirting was and kept his eyes on the ball right till the end. Didn't lose his balance, didn't lose his focus, and he has plucked this out of thin air to pick up the most important wicket of 7 districts. Half the side is now back into the hutch. It's 101 for 5. Well, this is not looking good. And if ever so you are a 7 districts fan, yeah, it's not the best of news. Half the side is now back to the pavilion, and Mudit Alakshan, what a terrific spell he's bowling so far. He's picked up, well, that's a very good shot. What a way to open your account. Lahiru Sandaravan, another man from Sri Lanka, has crashed this towards the boundary. What a tremendous stroke. Look at the flow of the bat, the balance. He didn't really look to overstride as well. Just timed it to perfection to get a much needed boundary. So this has been such an entertaining over. And Madhur Talakshan is doing a fine job for his team. Flicked away beautifully, will eventually be only a single, but nonetheless, another tremendous over for UUDS Tuskers. Double blow. 14th over. It's 106 for 5. Another bowling change. Dylan realizes that there is something to offer for the spinners this evening, so he's introduced Aravind into the attack. I think this is a really good time to introduce somebody like Aravind, who's got vast experience on his shoulders. Another man from Colombo, back in Sri Lanka. Nicely bowled, just pulling it away from his arc. He too has finished his education from St. Joseph's College. Another man who adds a lot of value for his team, has gone on to play first class cricket as well. He's played a lot of List A games, and he's somebody who's having a very good deceptive googly as well. So there's a lot of star members included in this team. Honestly, not too much familiar with these cricketers, but then again, I mean, now when I'm reading their stats, when I'm just opening my Google and just doing my research, and of course, a big thank you to their analyst, Mr. Vihanga Pereira, who's been kind enough to share his Insights. Oh, could be a run out. Direct hit was required. So this is one team to watch out for. I mean, they started off with a loss to the name, and then they just came on full fledged. And here they are. They're now making life tough for one of the best renowned sides we have. Seven Districts, a pretty well-known team here in the domestic arena. So they're here for some serious business, are the men in blue. And they're really making life tougher for Seven Districts in this contest. Beautifully bowled. That's a top class delivery, and it's beaten everyone in the end. And have a look at the turn which he's gotten. I mean, we've seen all the other bowlers, they've really found it tough to turn the ball, but that just turned a mile. It beat the batter first, and of course, it beat the keeper as well behind the stumps. Just because of the prodigious turn he got on that occasion. So it's gonna get even more tougher for Seven Districts from this stage. This is high up in the air, and I think he's got plenty of bat on this one. Much needed maximum, and Lahiru is turning on the heat. Yeah, it wasn't a bad delivery. It's just that Lahiru, he picked up the length way too early, and slog swept for a huge maximum. I was just praising this man on your screen, and also just to let the viewers know that he's a former Sri Lankan under 19 player as well. So there you go. More experience brought into this contest. Nicely done. Oh, a bit of a fumble. And that's the right thing, Lahiru. Don't want to be getting run out after a good start. It's 118 for 5. Just the last 5 overs remaining, and the stage is now set for the two batters. Not as expected from Syed Haider Shah. Step down the ground, he's crashed this for a maximum. That is an incredible hit. Unbelievable. Look at the power he's generated, Syed Haider Shah. It is flat batted, rather slapped for a huge maximum. And what a way to welcome Adil Hassan back into the attack. And this is what's been missing. This is what this man can do. Syed Haider Shah, when he is in form, when he's in that kind of a touch on song, it's really a treat to watch. And surely now he needs to stay right till the end. What a shot that was. Really can watch this again and again. The sound it made from the bat, and nobody moved because it was struck with some severe power by Syed Haider Shah. Steps down, and a very clever delivery, but then again, unfortunate for Mohammad Adil Hassan. Fortune favoring the brave. You can see that he completely got deceived, Syed Haider Shah, and Mohammad Adil can see the funny side of it. But yeah, it's at the moment just not working for Adil Hassan. He's been quite expensive in the first spell, and now starts off with a maximum and then a boundary to follow. And as a fast bowler, it puts you at the back foot very early when you give quite a few runs in the first 2 to 3 deliveries. You're always looking to just bail out, try to ensure you don't get smashed for another boundary or two. Oh, he's missed out. In fact, it's been given. It's a big blow, and Adil Hassan will have the last laugh. Look at the bounce and the carry he's gotten. That's a big, big wicket. Syed Haider Wasi Shah, he did show a lot of promise. But then Mohammad Adil Hassan has bowled a lovely delivery to pick up Syed Haider Wasi Shah. It's 128 for 6. Well, one man would be very proud as to what he's witnessing, and that is their fast bowling consultant of UUDS Tuskers, Mr. Akalanka Ganigama. I will talk more about him after this delivery. Wahab Hassan is come out to a situation where there's still plenty of overs to go. Can he make a difference? So yeah, it should be a proud moment watching these fast bowlers running hard. Of course, their fast bowling consultant, Mr. Akalanka Ganigama. He's a former Sri Lankan national fast bowling all-rounder. He brings quite a bit of experience into this setup. He was somebody who holds a record of over 350 wickets in first-class cricket. Consistently demonstrated his skill, discipline, the match-winning ability that he possesses throughout his career. Nicely done. That is such a glorious strike by Lahiru. Very intelligent batting. No real fuss. Just created a bit of room, and knowing that Adil bowls with a lot of pace, he's used his pace to his advantage and just caressed it for a boundary. So yeah, I was just mentioning on regards to Sir Akalanka Ganigama adds so much value as a fast bowling consultant for UUDS Tuskers, and what he did in the past, all his all-round performances, it adds tremendous value to the overall growth and development of the players for the UUDS Tuskers. Will really strengthen this team overall. Yeah, lovely sharp bumper. Will be a dot to close out the 16th over. It's 133 for 6. It's getting tougher and tougher for Seven Districts to really get going. Now, that's surely is going to be a wide. Try to bowl a flipper, I believe. That's just missing it altogether. It's going to be an interesting little battle between Wahab Hassan and Aravinda. Beautifully bowled. And I did mention in the first over when I saw Aravinda that I haven't really seen many bowlers in this tournament to get any kind of assistance and purchase out of this batting paradise. But I think most of the bowlers can really take a leaf out of the notebook of Aravinda and learn, because this is where now he's bringing all his expertise and experience into play. As I did say, he's a former Sri Lankan under 19 cricketer. So he adds a lot of value now. Oh, this could have been a one-handed blinder if ever so. He would have gotten hold of it, but nonetheless, he gets a couple of more runs. So yeah, most of the bowlers, they do lack experience here in the domestic arena. They're young, they're learning, so they would always want to just learn and see how Aravinda delivers, how he bowls. Everything seems to be very correct if you talk about his bowling action. Very smooth, swift, rhythmic action. Comes in slowly and it's really pleasing and very easy to the eye when you see Aravinda bowling. I'm seeing him for the very first time, but already he's impressed us here in the com box. Surely. So where we've seen all the other bowlers, when they get smashed for a maximum, what they try to do is just try to find a way to escape from the batters, and they try to bowl way too quick, bowling it away from the areas. I think that's a very negative approach, but you can see Aravinda how comfortable he's looking in the center, how positive he's been so far. His body language, it just speaks volumes. Look at this. Now, that is a prime example. He knows that the batters are going against him. Still, he's not shy to toss the ball. Look at the flight he's offered. This is really something to learn for most of the bowlers, and take a leaf out of the notebook of this man. Excellent delivery. It's 139 for 7. Very impressive so far, Aravinda. He's pulling it away from the arc of the batters. It's not delivered to close out. A successful over by Aravinda. It's 139 for 7. Farhan Khan, another star in the making. He's got a big job in his hands. He's somebody who's got the long levers, can strike big. Oh, this could be a soft dismissal. Very lucky for Wahab Hassan. Eventually will only be a single. So they've got 17 more deliveries to face. How many can they get? Can they get another 35, even 40 if ever so these two stay right till the end? That will take them some around 175, 180. It's going to be a fight in total, because 7 districts, by far, I think they too are having one of the best bowling attacks in this tournament. So they need to give something to their bowlers to bowl at. They need to surpass at least 170. But it's not going to be easy, I can promise, because the way they're bowling the men in blue, they're making it the life very tough for any batter who's walked in. And he seems to be in a hurry, Janidu. He's certainly enjoying this little outing in the middle. And why not? He's done a fine job so far for his team. Yet to pick up a wicket though. Yeah, it's another dot delivery. He's rushing back to his run up. He just wants to keep the momentum in his favor. You can slow down, you can calm down. There's plenty of time. There's no need to be in a rush. So, a quiet start so far. This is pulled away. No real timing or power. Will only be a single, so things aren't looking all that bright at the moment for Seven Districts. Wahab and Farhan, both of them finding it difficult to connect the ball. But again, we need to give a lot of credit to Dylan as well. He's been so smart yet again with the rotation of his bowlers this evening. He's reading the game so well. Now, this is a big shot in the air, but it hasn't gone too far. And they should be able to come back for a couple of runs. Each and every run is going to be super important from this stage. Just have a gut feeling this will go down to the wire. This should be a high octane contest. Two renowned sides in the domestic circuit are playing a very important game. Of course, UUDS Tuskers, they need to ensure they win this game to cement their spot in the next round. Again, it's skewed up in the air and it's fallen in the vacant area. So another couple of runs. No boundaries in this over. Excellent stuff by Janidu. It's 145 for 7. And this is something you don't really see in a game of cricket. A spinner bowling in the penultimate over. Yeah, but then when you know he's somebody who's played for Sri Lanka under 19, you would close your eyes and blindly throw it to Aravind and ask him to bowl at any stage of the game because he's doing a great job at the moment. Now, this is a big shot. And again, no timing. They're not being able to connect the ball. They're not really able to find the gaps. I haven't really seen him bowl a lot of googly so far. It's just been stock deliveries, flighted the ball, just bowling it slightly away from the arc of the batters, not really bowling onto the stumps. And there you go now, quicker through the air. Such an intelligent bowler, Aravind. The way he's changing his space is very admirable. He's making the batters think as to what's coming next. Every single delivery has been unpredictable. And he knows that the batters will go after him. So this is where it's a test for Aravind. Flighted, it's a big shot. Has he found the connection? No, he hasn't. In fact, it's been put down. And Aravind is not going to be a happy man because that should have been taken. It was an easy chance. Yes, I understand there was a lot of elevation. It was miles up in the air, but UUDS Tuskers, you don't expect these members to be dropping these kind of catches. Now Farhan goes high up in the air. This could be another chance. And this time they don't make a mistake. Takes a clean catch. It's a short stay for Farhan. He was struggling. And Aravind, yet again, bringing all his expertise and experience into play, gets his second wicket. It's 150 for 8. Wes Ahmed doesn't have any time whatsoever to settle in. He'll have to go from ball one. Beautifully bowled. The lens have been so precise. He's such a disciplined bowler, Aravinda. Yeah, and of course, I mean, that is what you will expect somebody who's played for Sri Lanka under 19. And yeah, he's bringing that experience in this very important game. A bit of improvisation by Wahab Hassan. Should be a single. In fact, they're coming back for the second. Yeah, rightfully so denied. There was never a two there. Well, he's done for the evening. Surprisingly, will be ending with only 3 overs, but very impressive, Aravinda. It's 152 for 8. Janidu to bowl the last over, rightfully so, very economical. Hasn't gone on to pick up a wicket, but then again, he's not giving any runs whatsoever. Just the 16 runs, and that too against a very talented, very hard hitting batting lineup. I think they've done extremely well, and these couple of changes that they've made in this contest has seriously paid off in their favor. That's been slashed away and will be a couple of runs. Yeah, they should be able to get it in the end. So yeah, Janidu, of course, playing his first game. I did mention he was the best bowler in the 50th Bukhatir League. Ravindra Sanjay has been rested, so that was a very good change. Excellent performance by Janidu, and of course, the other addition. We just saw the last over, that man from who's played under 19 from Team Sri Lanka has done exceptionally well as well. So both the bowlers, these two new inclusions, have gone on to perform, and that's such a great feeling for the captain and the think tank, the coaching staff, the management. The captain himself will really be over the moon, thinking that they've made the right call having these two back in this important game, and both of them have risen to the occasion. Very good performance by both these bowlers. The right arm leg spinner did a fine job. He ensured he doesn't give any freebies. Each and every delivery he bowled, he made it count. I did mention that most of the youngsters watching this game, and also the players who are playing in this tournament who've participated, they can really go on and learn and look as to how he's bowled. Now that's a big shot once again. And he's cleared the fence. That is a terrific shot. These are very important runs, mind you. And a much needed maximum coming in from Awais, who you will see in the next innings with the ball. But this has been dispatched, and it's been hoisted for a huge maximum. So what was supposed to be a quiet over, Awais Ahmed turning on the heat and getting a valuable 6 for his team. Last delivery of the innings. Beautifully done. Excellent delivery. Disguised Awais Ahmed with the lovely cutter, taking all the pace off. And I think it will be the men in blue who will be a happier bunch and a happier team compared to Seven Districts when they walk out, because they've done a brilliant job this evening. Yeah, that is how the innings have panned out. A very promising start by the two openers. Mohammad Irfan, he looked in ominous touch, but then Dylan Suravira picking up those 2 wickets, and then Mudita also getting that important breakthrough, getting Irfan. Aftab showed a lot of promise, but just couldn't get going. Syed Hyderabadi Shah too got those important boundaries, but got out at the wrong time. But then Wahab Hassan and Awais Ahmed getting some important runs for the team in the latter part of the stage. I think plenty to talk about. Very impressive bowling performance. Adil Hassan, yes, he picked up a wicket, but was slightly expensive. Dylan, the captain, took the charge, bowled with the new ball, and was spot on. 10 dots is what he's bowled with the 2 important wickets. And talking about the 2 new inclusions, Janedo Inuvara, brilliant. Just the 26 runs in a span of 4 overs. And also Aravind, 3 overs, 20 runs is what he's given in and picked up 2 important wickets and at very important stages. Asal Segera, yet again, mighty impressive. Didn't pick up a wicket, but very economical. 13 extras. Now that's something they need to look after. Right, then we're done and dusted with the first innings. We're just going to take a short little break, and once we are back, we will be all set for a fascinating run chase. Stay tuned. overs, first innings run and drafted 64 is what they managed to score. After 20 overs, and I think it has been an exceptional performance. First innings, and outing because I think there has been a lot of assistance and purchase of the track that we've seen so far. Most of the spinners, it has been a challenge for them to hit the ball. Also, we played a big factor. We imagine that it's a different story. I think the conditions are much better compared to yesterday. This is going to be a very intriguing little contest now. It's not going to be easy. Right on the money. With the quick through the air, there's Ahmed. It's surprising he's opting not to have a slipping position because somebody who will take the ball away from the left-hander. His stock delivery is the one which he brings in towards the right-handers, which also comes in so late, and that's why he gets a lot of LBWs and bowls into equation. So knowing that they don't have many runs on the board, you could always have an aggressive mindset and maybe have at least one slip in the start. Oh, wrapped on the pads, but clearly going down the leg side. So I really like this intent of S. Ahmed is trying to be on to the line of the stumps. Yeah, just that extra bit of movement has saved Thilan, and clearly was beaten by the extra bit of pace by Oves. It's not going to be all that easy. I know that they don't have many runs on the board, but then again, talking about the bowling lineup and the armory they have, I mean, they're privileged with quite a few fast bowlers. Then you have Wahab Hassan later on, who will be coming in after the power play. Now, this is once again a very good delivery. And all the three deliveries, you can see that Awais Ahmed is trying to be onto the line of the stumps. And Thilan, he needs to be a little mindful and careful because you don't want to be going across the line when Awais Ahmed is bowling onto the line of the stumps. You need to ensure you play with a straighter bat. This is already a very fiery start by Awais Ahmed. Another sharp bumper. Well, clearly we can see Awais Ahmed. He is getting a lot of pace in his favor. There is bounce. Awais Ahmed is somebody who will get you those important breakthroughs, and his services are surely required in this contest. They need to pick up early wickets. If ever so, the batters, they get off to a good start, get maybe 40, 45 in the first 6 overs and don't lose many wickets, there won't be much pressure for the next batters to come in. Oh, this is a hit in the air. He hasn't really timed it, but eventually will get a couple of runs to open his account. A nervy start here for Thilan. You can see he's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to take the charge. But Awais Ahmed, he's been spot on so far. Excellent change of variation, change of pace, almost getting the better of Thilan. So that's what they need. They need to ensure they try to get early wickets. That's what it will put UUDS Tuskers at the back foot. Oh, beautifully bowled, and very unlucky for Awais Ahmed. The idea was right. He wanted to go for the glory in swinger towards the left-hander, but lucky escape, getting a thick inside edge. And has stricken away towards the boundary. Exciting first over comes to the end. It's 6 for no loss. No surprises. It's going to be Rohit to be sharing the new ball alongside Oves, another very lethal left arm pace bowler. I'm not going to call him a left arm medium fast. He's a genuine left arm fast bowler who can clock somewhere around 135, 137. He's extremely quick through the air. And this is a really good inclusion into the side for this crunch encounter for 7 districts. Of course, they have a loss under the name. They're playing their third game. So you would always want to make sure at least you win 3 games out of the 4 to cement your spot for the next round. They did extremely well in the last game. It was a pretty much one-sided encounter, but this is going to be a different challenge altogether. This is crunched but straight to the fielder. I think the idea is right here. Thilen, he is looking to go hard, but he needs to be mindful that these two bowlers, they're very precise with their liner lengths and they hardly really leave their right lengths. They'll keep on coming hard at you. So you need to really manufacture a shot at times. You need to be busy at the crease. You need to shuffle across the stumps. And once again, beaten by pace. It just got big on him. You can see that he got a little late onto it. But if ever so they would want to defend this target, they're two ace premier bowlers. They need to strike early. Awais Ahmed, he did a fine job in the first over, was on the verge of picking up his first wicket, but now talking about Rohit as well. Can see he's in a great rhythm. A deep square leg alongside a deep third man in position. This has been pulled away. It's not gone too far. And it's been taken. It's gone into the hands of one of the most safest fielders we have in the domestic arena. And Wahab takes an easy clean catch. And you can see that the frustration was mounting in the two batters. And in the end, it's Rohit who's gotten them their first wicket. Short stay for Akalanka. He'll have to go back. It's 8 for 1. Well, this is exactly what they needed. They needed a wicket early on, and Rohit has provided them with one. Akalanka, who's so far had a decent tournament, he's been getting the runs to his name, but today, not his night. Rohit getting the better of him, and surely making life tough for the batters is Rohit. Oh, another sharp short delivery. A bit of a fumble by Wahab. Well, this is really good aggressive leadership now by Farman Ali. Having close infielders, they know that they're right on the top at the moment. There's a lot of chirping going out there. The energy levels seem to be pretty high at the moment, and that is what you do expect from a team like 7 Districts. They've been around the domestic arena for many years. They've clinched a lot of trophies under their name, and yet again, they are certainly putting up a fight. Well, that's cut away very nicely. And Thilen just saw the opportunity. It was short. There was width offered. And all he had to do is just get the middle of the bat. And he certainly did, finding the gap. gets a boundary to close out the second over. It's 13 for 1. Both the bowlers, they're certainly getting some bounce and kick off the surface with the new ball. That's for sure. Drifting down the leg side will be a dot. So it's a good, decent start by Awais Ahmed and Rohit. Rohit getting that much needed wicket early on. We know that Akalanka, so far in this tournament, he has been doing the majority of the damage in the first 6 overs. It's always a good sight to see his back early in the contest. But then again, Thilan Gunaratne, another threat to 7 districts. You need to get rid of him as quickly as you can. He's bowling well, Awais Ahmed, but that little bit of swing which he's getting on offer, and also the pace and the carry he's gotten off this surface, I think he can really just allow himself to adjust his length ever so slightly. Just bowl a little fuller, because we did see in the first over when Awais he was firing onto the line of the stumps and he made life difficult for Thilan. So as a new ball bowler, Awais is someone who always tends to look to get early wickets for you. Yeah, there you go. Another ball, the short delivery, but very lucky. Could have easily gone into the hands of Zain. But yeah, surely these two bowlers, they're charged up. They're bowling with a lot of pace and venom. And that is what you do expect from one of the most lethal bowling lineups we have in the domestic arena. Rohit started off so well. Awais Ahmed is asking a few questions to the batters. Nadish, he's got a big job in his hands this evening. Yeah, excellent change of pace, ensuring he doesn't get predictable. Just making the batters guess as to what's coming next at you. Yeah, 6 overs are going to be super important. It will really lay the foundation for both the teams. Now, the men in blue, they need to just ensure they don't lose wickets, because the plus and the positive point for them is that they're not really chasing a big target. All they have to do is just adapt to the surface and stay out there in the middle. Quick single. Good calling by Thilan. Also, of course, we do have the likes of Farhan Khan. Then you've got Hassan, the left arm spinner. So they do have plenty of options. Farman Ali, the captain, he's blessed and privileged with some quality bowlers in his lineup. Decent over so far. Awais Ahmed hasn't conceded the boundary. Thilan on the other end has looked to be aggressive. This is skied up in the air. And a soft dismissal. And there was a bit of a mix-up between the two fielders, but in the end it was Irshad. He called it loud and clear. And again, the short delivery has worked in the favor of Awais Ahmed. Thilan just got in 2 minds, but excellent catch. Kept his eyes on the ball and has taken a clean catch. So not the best of starts here for UUDS Tuskers. They lose their second. It's 16 for 2. Well, that is the start they were looking for. Oh, beautifully bowled. Surely he's bowling with a lot of heat out there in the middle. Rohit, Awais, Ahmed, and Rohit. Quite contrasting. If we talk about Awais, he's somebody who will look to bowl slightly fuller. He's not as quick as Rohit, but Awais, he does have the tendency to move the ball in towards the right-handers and also a bit late as well. On the other end, Rohit is somebody who can bowl at the rate of knots, gets that extra bit of bounce as well. Oh, just like that. Now this one really got big on him, and you can see that he was in a lot of discomfort, Nadish. But he's bowling with a lot of pace at the moment. That is quite certain, Rohit. He's somebody who enjoys his cricket and is very lethal every time you throw him the new ball. He's been spot on so far in this contest. Missed out in the last couple of games, but they knew this is such a crunch game, so they got back Mohammad Irfan into the side and also the man on your screen, Rohit. He has already contributed for his team. And this is what they need to do. They just not need to construct their innings. They need to build this innings. Try to look to get those singles and up doubles and just wait for the loose deliveries. Don't try to force the issue. Don't try to go over aggressive against these bowlers. Whereas he's been spot on. Rohit on the other end, we can see that he's in some rhythm at the moment. Nicely done. Good calling between the two, and that's what they need. They need to keep on rotating strike. If ever so they aren't able to find the boundaries, at least you need to keep rotating strike. You need to be busy at the crease. Look to pick up the singles and doubles. So much is going to be dependent on Asal Segera. Of course, he was the player of the match in the second game, if I can recall. And even in the last game, he was exceptional. He came on to bat at number 4 position. Scored 32 important runs with a very healthy strike rate as well. And that is exactly what is required in today's contest as well. Pushed away gently, will only be a single, which is not going to be a problem for Seven Districts. Yeah, this is what this team has to offer. They'll come all guns blazing. They will give their 100%. Whatever score they achieve in the first innings, they're not going to make it easy for the opponents to just come in and chase it down. They will make life tough. They will fight right till the end. They make each and every single ball count. Beautifully bowled. A dot to close out the fourth over. It's 19 for 2. So far, so good. It's a perfect start for Seven Districts. They've picked up 2 wickets, both the openers back into the hearts. Now, this is a very unfortunate dismissal for Asel. It was a shot. It was there to be hit. And look at him. He is absolutely shell-shocked. He could have hit this anywhere towards the leg side. In fact, what he's done, he's hit it straight into the hands of Afridi, and he takes a clean catch. So this is not the start they were after, and they've lost their third. And we are just into the fifth over. It's 19 for 3. Well, they're in serious trouble now at the moment, UADS Tuskers. Oh, fiery bumper. Well, they're all charged up now, and you can see there's a lot of chirping going on. The captain Farman, he's trying to get into the nerves of the batters. But this is what you expect from Seven Districts. They're aside, they will fight, they will keep on coming hard at you. Even though they don't have many runs on the board, but still you can see the start that they've given. The experience of this man on your screen, Awais Ahmed, yet again delivers at a big stage. That is why this man is so important for Seven Districts. Adds a lot of value to his team. Oh, that's a glorious stroke by Demutu. Nice little drive. Technically very correct. That was pure class. Gets an important boundary just to settle and ease the nerves. Plenty is now expected from these two in the center. Asil Sigir, of course, he's having a great tournament so far with the ball, with the bat. Not many runs, what they need. 142, plenty of overs to go. All they need is just one good little partnership. Lovely delivery. And this is that one delivery he's been working so hard lately. I remember an year ago or so, he used to just have the tendency to bring the ball in. But lately, he's worked hard and developed a skill where he surprises the batters by taking one away as well. It really takes a lot of skill to bowl and swing the ball rather both ways. And Awais Ahmed, he's a special talent. He has found a lot of success after he's gotten to take the ball away from the right-handers. Nice little punch. Oh, careful. Directed, and I think things would have been very interesting. Nonetheless, this is a very fiery over we're witnessing of S. Ahmed. He's enjoying this outing out there. There is a wry smile on his face, and why not? He's picked up a couple of important wickets, but now Seven Districts shouldn't take this game easy. They need to be on their toes. They even should get more aggressive from here onwards. Because you should never allow a team like UUDS Tuskers to get back into the contest because they're too bat deep. So this is where they really need to strangle and get a hold of this game and never really allow them to come back. Should be only a single to close out the fifth over. It's 24 for 3. Well, just the start that they were after, and we're going to see the first bowling change in this innings. It's going to be Farhan Khan, the speedster, another bowler who has plenty of talent and experience at the same time, charging in for the very first time. And he's right on the money. Quick single, shy the stumps. No problems whatsoever. Maybe they could have given one more over to Rohit. The way he was bowling, he was looking a serious threat to the batters. I mean, why hold a couple of overs and think about the latter part of the innings? You're having an upper hand in the contest, so maybe, I don't know, the captain is the one who will make the right decision. He's done an exceptional job, no doubt. But my perception is that maybe just one more over for Rohit because he's a genuine wicket taker. And the way he was bowling, the pace he was generating, that was something to cherish about. But I think the captain has made the right decision to bring Farhan Khan. So there you go. The plan has worked. And SL Segera, it's a big moment in the game. He's somebody who's been the consistent performer for his team. But at the moment, it's 7 districts. They're right on the top. And UUDS Tuskers, they're now further sinking into trouble. It's 25 for 4. Well, things aren't looking all that bright at the moment for UUDS Tuskers as they've lost another wicket. 4 wickets down. We are still in the power play. And the fast bowlers, they are on fire at the moment. Oh, another sharp snorter by Farhan Khan. I mean, it did talk about UUDS Tuskers in the first innings, but now talking about 7 districts. I mean, whenever we talk about cricket in the UAE, 7 districts is that name that it just immediately comes to your mind. I mean, they've been around for years and they've gone on to build that kind of a reputation as being the most experienced and well reputed, respected cricket teams here in the domestic arena. Nicely bowled once again, sharp bumper. And it's not only that, what I really admire about them is that they're not just focused on today's results. They've got a very strong infrastructure. They've got a senior side which is now doing a fine job. At the same time, they're just heavily investing in the future through their junior development program. And that's how cricket organizations are built. I think they're doing an exceptional job, 7 districts. Beautifully ball, could have really chopped back onto the stumps. And to add more onto this, they've got excellent net practice facilities. And really, it's easy to see why so many players want to be associated with 7 districts. They've created a complete cricketing ecosystem, I would say, where players can really train, develop, and compete and improve. And also, of course, back in Ajman, they've got 2 excellent grounds and amazing facilities that they hold. We'll continue the chat after this over. Excellent start by Farhan. It's 26 for 4. Power play is done and dusted, and it has gone heavily into the favor of Seven Districts, picking up 4 wickets already. Another medium, gentle, military pace bowler comes in. Mohammad Irshad didn't have the best of outings with the bat. Now will have a job to do with the ball. No real pressure because he knows not many runs on the board. They've got 4 wickets. So yeah, coming back to Team Seven Districts, I was just mentioning and talking about the facilities that they have. They've got a couple of excellent grounds. We know that we have so many grounds here in the Emirates, but the quality of their playing surfaces, the overall setup, the overall environment, it's just the reflection, the standards they aim for is simply admirable. I will pick up a quick single. So yeah, for me, I mean, Seven Districts is more than just a cricket team. Really, it's an organization that continues to contribute to the growth of cricket in the UAE, and the commitment to excellence is serious, evident in everything they do. So yeah, they're having a great outing, even in this crunch encounter. So far, no spinner has been introduced. Wahab Hassan, another quality left arm spinner. There was some assistance and turn for the spinners in the first innings. That's slashed away beautifully by the captain, who's got a big responsibility on his shoulders this evening. Yeah, if ever so Mohammad Ishad wants to bowl these bumpers and rolling his fingers over, we do expect the ball to hold up and come slower to Dylan. You could see that it never really arrived at him. He had to wait and wait, and then he knew where the field was. So if ever so you can pull the third man back, have a deep third man and a deep point, and get the long off in the circle if you want to bowl short. Beautifully ball. That's a very good delivery. He's completely deceived Dylan. He's got a wry smile on his face. He's a character, a very humble personality. Is Dylan a very confident captain, very inspiring leader? He's done exceptionally well so far in this tournament. They've already gone on to win 2 games, a loss in the start of the tournament. I think it was the opening game, if I can recall, yeah, against Abu Dhabi Smashers. But then they came all out, came all guns blazing, went on to win a couple of games back to back. But at the moment, they're finding themselves in a bit of a situation where they need the services of their captain Dylan. He was outstanding with the ball, but I don't really think he would have expected to be out there so early, and that too when his team is 4 down with not many runs on the board. Even he's gone on to concede a boundary, Mohammad Irshad, but he's been economical, keeping things relatively tight in the middle. Single to close out the 7th over. It's 34 for 4. Well, it's not going to be all that easy for UUDS Tuskers to get another 131. You can see the required run rate is 10 runs per over. And the quality of bowling they have, some districts, it's going to get even more tougher. And there is something for the bowlers today. This evening, we did see quite a bit of spin. Aravinda, he bowled exceptionally well, was getting a lot of help and turn from the surface. So all they need to do is just construct and build an innings. Try to take this game as deep as they can. They're in a very tricky situation. They need runs on the board. They need one big over. So maybe one of the batters can take a bit of risk. They need to take risk. Because if ever so they just try to cruise this ship and try to steady this innings, look for singles and doubles, what's going to happen? That the required run rate will creep up to somewhere around 12 and 13. Then when you try to go for the big shots, it's going to be so difficult to keep up with the required run rate. One good over and the match will really slip out of your hands. And also, you have a serious chance to lose a wicket as well, which will bring a new batter. So yeah, at the moment the odds are against UUDS Tuskers. Somebody will have to really step up and play out of their skins. These two are certainly capable of taking their team over the line. Well, at the moment, you can see that the momentum is in the favor of Seven Districts. I think we might just see spin being introduced into the next over. I just saw Farman Ali asking for a helmet, so Wahab Hassan could be loosening up and could be raring to come in the next over to bowl from the far end. Another quality left arm spinner, a fighter, really gives us 100% every time he comes in the field. But hasn't really had the best of tournaments though. That is a beautiful shot down the ground. An excellent bit of fielding. Syed Haider Wasisha is giving his 100% out there. And this is what I really love now. Seven Districts, they're not really taking the game easy. They know that they're having an upper hand in this contest. But even then, they know that each and every run is vital. They're fighting hard. They're ensuring they don't allow UUDS Tuskers to ever so come back in the game at any stage of the game. Well, that's a vicious bumper by Farhan Khan. Another quiet over, no boundaries. Boundaries have been difficult to come by. There's a lot of chirping going out there. And this is the Seven Districts. I know I've been seeing this team for many years, and when they're on song on their day, it's very hard to get away from them. And at the moment, I can see that they are going for the kill. Are these men of Seven Districts? Quite over, just the 3 runs so far. Farhan would want to finish off strong, which he does eventually. It's going to be only a single to close out the 8th over. It's 38 for 4. A shot to continue. Singles is not going to bother Team 7 Districts. They need that one big over just to get back on track, and who could really provide that much needed impetus into the innings. Could be the captain's night, Dylan, who had a great outing with the ball. Who can forget he came out to bowl with the new ball with a lot of control, picked up 2 important wickets early on, took some exceptional decisions. His job is still not done. Being a captain, You have a big job and responsibility on your shoulders. Well, it's the same surface we're playing our. I think we've been playing here for the last 4 to 5 games, if I can recall, and you can sense that there is something now happening for the bowlers, especially when they try to remove pace from the ball, when they try to go for the variations. That's why we do see the ball. It does hold up into the surface and never really arrives to the batters. Nicely ball once again, dealing in singles at the moment. They should believe that they could go on to chase this down. 124 and 69 deliveries, pretty much possible. All they need is one good big partnership. They just need one big over just to get back into the contest. At the moment, the match is heavily in the favor of the men in black and orange, 7 districts. Playing their third game. Of course, they lost their opening game, which I believe they should have won. Who can forget that contest against Abu Dhabi Smashers? They had to defend 20 runs in the last over, and now this is high up in the air. I don't think so. It's gone too far. In fact, it is. Oh, what a shot by Dimatu. It looked like it's gone high up in the air. There was a lot of elevation, but somehow he's managed to find the distance as well. So this is what they need. They need a couple of big overs. That was a really good shot by Dimatu De Silva. So much is now expected from these two men out there. They're the two experienced campaigners. They've been into these situations many a times in their career. They just need to have the belief in themselves. They can go on to chase this target down. Beautifully played. Nice punch down the ground. Only a single to offer. So even though that he's conceded a maximum, it's only 10 runs in the over. Yeah, I just have a feeling maybe Irshad now could be held back. It could be the right time to introduce a spinner. We did see there is something for the spinners. There is help. There is turn. So Mahab Hassan could be the right option to be introduced anytime soon. Single to close out the ninth over. It's 49 for the loss of 4. Yeah, it just seems like the captain has heard me. I was just mentioning Wahab could be the right option at this stage, and here he is bowling bowling the 10th over before we go head into the drinks break. 50 comes up, but it's come pretty late. We're already in the 10th over. They need to target a bowler. We saw that the fast bowlers, they did so well. They made life difficult for the batters. Maybe they need to choose a bowler. Wahab Hassan, I'm not too sure. He's another lethal left arm spinner who's very accurate. And I did mention that there is help for the spinners, so he will enjoy this little outing. And of course, talking about Wahab Hassan, I think he's by far one of the best fielders we have in our domestic circuit. He's a gun fielder. He's an absolute live wire, is Wahab Hassan. I think he's gotten one of the best arms as well in the domestic circuit. He's got a rocket of an arm. Batters usually don't try to take singles and doubles when the ball is hit towards Wahab Hassan. That's been swept away nicely towards deep square. Gets an important boundary. Wahab Hassan, you could see even in the second delivery he bowled, he did drift onto the leg side, but that was a hit me ball. And it's placed beautifully by the captain. So it's a good little partnership being stitched between the two. But they will need to make a move on soon. They did manage to get a maximum in the last over. Now they've gotten a boundary. So they need to ensure they cash on to these last two deliveries before they head into the drinks break. Beautifully ball. Too close to cut. I'm not too sure with the shot selection. Excellent delivery to close out the 10th over. It's 55 for 4 and the players will take drinks. We're back after the drinks break, and at the moment, the upper hand is for 7 districts. Wasn't the best of performance, of course, with the bat, but I think they're doing a fine job in the field. They haven't dropped any catches so far. They've been magnificent with the ball, of course. Aves and Rohit getting the team off to a very good start, getting those important wickets early on. And now it's going to get even more tougher. It's Mohammad Irfan, another UAE capital cricketer. He's been recently once again called for the UAE camp. He's been busy out there. He's been working really hard. I think there's a rest day today, so no rest for Mohammad Irfan. He's out there for his team. This is really good to see. That just shows the level of commitment he has for his team. He knew it's a very important game. He could have just rested and continued practicing and going to the net sessions for the UAE camp. But no, look at him. He's out there. He's giving up a fight. And it's not easy conditions. It's hot, it's humid, muggy conditions out there. So really hats off to Mohammad Irfan, who's been such a great servant for Seven Districts for many years. And also, of course, one of the consistent performers. He's been given a new role though, Mohammad Irfan. Usually he used to come out to open the innings. Him and I remember Lukman Faisal, these two destructive batters. I mean, whenever they used to come out to bat, it was such a treat to watch. I used to love calling their games whenever these two were batting together. That's been pulled away, but there is protection in the deep. So he's been given a new role. Now he comes at number 3, number 4 position. I would really want him to open, really. That is his position. He's somebody who really can take the bowling apart in the first 6 overs. He's done that consistently. He's proven what he's made of. Such a useful, such a skilled cricketer. And he's got a very good attitude as well towards the game. That's a big shot by Dylan. The captain is turning on the heat now. This is what is required. They need a couple of big overs. And I did mention they need to target someone. I think they're going after Irfan. Yeah, you don't want to be leaving it for the lower order batters. Oh, that was a mighty hit. It's really come right from the middle of his bat. Dylan, the captain, he's fighting this battle hard. And now sensibly takes a single to retain strike in the next over. Useful over for UUDS Tuskers. It's 65 for 4. Well, they need exactly 100 more runs from here onwards. Swept away, but straight to the fielder. Each and every dot delivery. It will put pressure on the two batters. Yeah, you can see Dylan is not happy. He knew he had a great opportunity to start off this over with a boundary, but unlucky. Finds the fielder. Resulted in a dot. Have a look at... just keep an eye on the required run rate, which will now creep up even more. It's gone on to 11.5. That's a bit too much when you have so many overs to be bowled. Excellent running, good call, and very good response by Dimuthur, because there was an element of risk to steal this single, and they've done well. So you can't discard this batting lineup of UUDS Tuskers. I mean, they bat so deep. They've got some quality cricketers in their lineup. And they're a team, they will really fight right till the end. They won't give up so easily. Wahab Hassan on the other end, he's doing a fine job bowling in very good lengths at the moment. He's playing around with his lines and also the trajectories, but the length has been spot on. And from there, the batters, they'll have to be busy. They'll need to really manufacture a shot. If you stay at your crease, it's going to be very difficult to reach the ball. There. Now that's a very good shot. It's come from the middle of the bat, but what a catch by Aftab. And for a moment, I thought that the captain, he's got plenty of bat. It did look like it's a maximum. The way he struck this and the way it went in the air. But there was that man. Aftab down there in the deep has taken a very good catch. And it's Wahab Hassan who strikes in his second over. Half of the side now back into the hutch. It's 67 for 5. What a turnaround to this contest. First innings, we thought that they don't have many runs on the board, but some brilliant bowling by 7 Districts bowlers, and they find themselves in a great position. Oh, that's high up in the air. And unbelievable off his Almas on the very first delivery. He has launched this into the orbit. Big shot. And straight away, he is in a lot of pain. Oh, we did see he just bowled a couple of overs and then he was removed from the attack because he was in some severe pain, in a lot of discomfort. Yeah, you can see him. He's still holding his right elbow. There's a heavy wrapping as well onto the elbow. Fun to continue. What if somebody can take the game away even from this stage? It has to be Hafiz Almas Ayub. And most of the viewers who are watching this game and aren't really sure who this man is, Hafiz Almas Ayub was a product of 7 Districts. Yeah, you heard it right. He's a former cricketer who's played a lot of cricket for 7 Districts. Hafiz Almas Ayub has now changed his team, and hey, he is playing against his former team, and of course they know him very well. So there's a lot of chirping going out there in the center. They know their weaknesses and strengths. Surely, yeah, he's got a wry smile on his face. Just having a conversation with Farman Ali. It's lovely scenes out there. Hafiz Almas Ayub, can he turn on the heat? He knows these bowlers inside out. He's done I don't know how many sessions, numerous sessions in the nets with these members in the center. I think he's the one who can give them a glimmer of hope if ever so they would want to chase this down. 1945, it's possible. It is possible. We've already seen funny things happen in this tournament. Wahab Hassan, of course, remember he gave 20 runs in the last over. They went on to lose that game 7-6 against Abu Dhabi Smashers. This is crashed. But straight to the fielder. Will be only a single. And then, of course, I did mention quite a few times. Who can forget that game? 36 was required in the last 2 overs. The match was over. It was done and dusted. Dubai Royals against Dial Battery Gorilla 11. Yahya Ali became an overnight star. And they went on to chase those 36 runs in the last 12 deliveries. Oh, he should have left this alone. Could have been a wide. Surely it would have been a wide. But just fending on this one, Almas Ayub, and also it's been called as one for the over, rightfully so. So another quiet over. Match is slipping out of their hand. UUDS Tuskers, not much batting left. They're already 5 wickets down, beg your pardon. Oh, I think just 5 meters away from Irshad, it would have crashed towards the boundary. Nonetheless, another good over by Irfan. It's 78 for 5. I think it's high time now. Dimutu De Silva needs to shift gears. He needs to get on with the game. He's played a lot of deliveries, almost run a ball 25. Another good delivery. Dot to start off over number 14. Things are slipping out of their hand. You can see the required run rate is creeping up to almost 13 runs per over. But I can promise you, if there's somebody who can still change the game, it's the man at the non-strikers end. Hafiz Almas Ayub, he's won a lot of games for his former team, 7 districts. And now he's playing against his former team. So can he be the hero? Can he take the game away from 7 districts? But the only problem is that he's injured. You can clearly see he's struggling with his elbow. He's in a lot of pain. And even the first shot he played, where he struck a huge maximum against Wahab, he was in some severe discomfort. So he's battling it out. He's still out there, Almas Ayub. But we could in be for a lot of fireworks if Almas Ayub gets going. Maybe just get the magic spray out, get that area numb. And then it could be the Almas show. Nicely bowled, quick single, shy at the stumps, and I think he would have just kept on running towards the pavilion because that would have been out. And Farman Ali knows that. It was mighty close, and clearly we could see that Almas Ayub, he was struggling. Rashad will continue. Timothy, he's got his eye in the middle. He's adapted to the surface. Needs to now go big, which he tries to do so, but with minimal success. Another quiet over. It's getting out of their hands now. But still, there is a glimmer of hope as you have Almas Ayub down there on the other end. And I've seen him do that in the past. He's gone on to snatch wins from the opponents every time we do see that there's hardly any chance for them to come back. Almas has the ability and the capability to really turn the table around and change the complexion of the game. Another dot delivery. They've played a lot of dot deliveries. Now, that has been one of the areas of concern. And also, that's one. And second, also talking about the extras. They've given a lot of extras in the first innings. So, remove those 15-20 runs. The equation could have been a bit different. What they had to ensure is at least keep on rotating strike. You need to get the singles. When the field is widespread, there's only 4 fielders in the circle, so there's wide, ample spaces towards the leg side. Just what you need to do is clip towards the leg side and you can get easy couple of runs. Oh, wanted to really blast this out of the ground, but it's only a single to retain strike in the next over. It's 81 for 5. Just the last 6 overs remaining in this innings, and good to see Farman is opted to bring Rohit back into the attack. So he just wants to finish this game completely, and that's really good captaincy. Why would you hold Rohit and even think of going to that 18th and the 20th over? This is really good captaincy by Farman Ali. He's switched on. He's making some exceptional decisions this evening. And when you know Rohit is your premier bowler, why hold him back? Get him right now. Just seal the deal. Get another wicket or two and just try to win this game by good margin. Another dot delivery. Yeah. Excellent stuff out there. So far, they've really outsmarted them. 7 districts, the bowlers, especially Rohit, of course, in the start with the new ball was lethal alongside Aves. Both the bowlers made life really difficult, and that's where they really made things tough for UUDS Tuskers. The first 6 overs, they lost quite a few wickets, and also there weren't many runs on the board. So all credit needs to be given to Rohit and Aves. Oh, the bounce which he's gotten. That's just a bounce from a good length area. And we don't have many bowlers like Rohit. And why do I say that? Because he's somebody who can clock 135, even 138. He's extremely quick. We don't have many quick bowlers. We have Rohit, he's extremely quick. Then the next name comes into my mind is Zishan Nasir. Yeah, he's extremely quick as well. Khuzaima bin Tanveer. He's extremely quick as well. Siam Khan, another bowler who's got a very deceptive and slingy action. He bowls with quite a bit of venom and pace. Zuhair Iqbal, another very quality bowler in this tournament. So yeah, plenty of talent to display in this tournament. Things aren't looking good now for the men in blue. The match is getting out of their hands very quickly. Oh, that's very fortunate for Almas Ayub. Rohit, he bowled a good delivery. Yeah, that was a very good delivery, but he's got some bat on it, and the pace has gone against the favor of Rohit. Nicely done. Will only be a single to close out a good over by Rohit. It's 87 for 5. Well, there you go. If ever so you're wondering who is that handsome little man out there, it's Mr. Ghulam. He's, of course, the head of our production team here, and hats off to him and his team. They've done a brilliant job to bring these live pictures. So, yeah, a huge thank you to Ghulam and his team, who once again have done an exceptional job so far in this tournament to bring you these live pictures. And as we speak, Mohammad Irshad, I think he's done well. Unfortunately, he hasn't gone on to pick up a wicket. But what he's done, he's been very economical. They were very impressive in the first innings, of course, with the ball, UUDS Tuskers. All of them performing exceptionally well, but their batting didn't click. At least they needed to get somewhere around 40, 45 and just lose maybe one wicket. That's okay. They lost a lot of wickets and also not many runs were scored. They're trying to blast the ball and try to hit the ball way too hard, rather just trying to time the ball. But yeah, of course, we need to give a lot of credit to Rohit and, of course, Awais Ahmed, the two left arm speedsters, the backbone of Seven Districts. And then, of course, to make things even more difficult, you need to face Farhan Khan. Farhan Khan, he was mighty impressive in the ILT20, if I can recall. Or was it Abu Dhabi T10? My memory isn't all that good, but yeah, he did bowl exceptionally well in the tournament. Oh, that's surely gonna be a wide. And I need to go and check how many runs were required in that over. But of course, it was Kyron Pollard who was batting. And maybe 8 or 9 runs were needed in the last over. And Farhan Khan was asked to bowl that last over, and he managed to defend those runs. Yeah, he was all over the news. People were wondering who is this young man, smart, a very handsome cricketer, Farhan Khan. This is stonked, but straight to the fielder. And, you will not expect Wahab Hassan to drop those. I did mention he's one of the safest fielders and has taken an easy catch. So it's Dimitar De Silva who will have to go. Yeah, his innings wasn't going anywhere. He had to really now make a move on, but found the field in the deep. It's 91 for 6. Nicely ball once again. Irshad finally getting his first reward of this evening. Gets a wicket. Aravinda, who he was exceptional in the first innings with the ball. Now he's come on to bat at a situation where there is a lot of runs to be scored. Almas Ayub, on the other end, will have the license to go hard on each and every ball. But yeah, I think it's now pretty much slipped out of their hands. This is high up in the air. This could be a catch. In fact, lucky for Hafiz Almas. Will get a couple of more runs. Required run rate is looking quite haunting now. Already 17 is what they need. Last delivery of the 16th over. Irshad running in once again to ball his last delivery, and Almas goes high and it's been put down. And to rub salt in the wound, maybe that's gone towards the boundary as well. The umpire would want to have a check on this. But yeah, should go down as a drop catch. And at this level, you do expect them to take cleanly. It's end of over number 16, 95 for 6. Irfan bowling from the far end. Starts off with a dot. So I think they will be taking a lot of learning and experience. They're playing their last game of the group stage. They've won 2. And they're on the verge of losing their 4th. But still they have a very good net run rate. So most likely they should be able to qualify for the next round. This is high up in the air. Could be a blinder of a catch. Oh, if ever so, anybody could have taken this. It had to be Wahab Hassan. Irfan is not happy. He thinks that should have been taken. But let me tell you, that was a very difficult chance. Wasn't easy at all. That was miles up in the air. And he did try his level best. And Aftab Javed, what was he doing? He could have at least just made sure he was backing his partner. And they could have easily could have saved the boundary. Clipped in the air. It'll be only a single. This is slashed away. There is protection. It's going to be just a single. Yeah, the match is pretty much out of their hands now. They need a miracle if ever so they want to chase this. Once again, now this time it's a great opportunity and taken. Easy catch by Wahab. And now Irfan is smiling. Yeah, you can see that he was in a lot of pain. Was Almas Ayub, and he's found the fielder losing his wicket. Excellent catch in the deep. It's 101 for 7. Last delivery of the 17th over. Crashed away will only be a single. Mudita, who was brilliant in the first innings with the ball, can now just come out and try to get a big over for his team. It's 102 for 7. Rohit to bowl his last over. This is skied up in the air. This could be another wicket for Rohit, and a clean catch once again. Has gone to one of the safest fielders we have in the house. It's Syed Hyderabadi Shah. An excellent change of pace by Rohit. It's a short stay for Mudita. That wasn't an easy catch by any means, but has taken it cleanly in the end. So another wicket goes. It's 102 for 8. So Rohit has a great opportunity to really knock the tail off, get another 2 more wickets to his name. Should be full and straight. He should look to york the batter, Janidu. He did exceptionally well in the first innings with the ball. Yeah, he did try to bowl a yorker, but that's a very good shot by Janidu. Will open his account with a couple of runs. So overall, a very good performance. Seven Districts would believe that they were maybe 15-20 runs short, but all thanks to their bowling and also some good leadership by Farman Ali. He's taken some very good decisions today. I really loved when he introduced Rohit early in his second spell, not thinking about the latter part of the match. This is going to be only a single. So, yeah, the match is pretty much done and dusted. Seven Districts, they're on the verge of registering another victory to their name. They've already won one. But, yeah, they now sense and sniff another victory against a very strong studded lineup of UUDS Tuskers. But that is high up in the air and easy catch. Oh, in fact, just for a moment, I thought that he's fumbled it and hasn't gotten hold of the ball. But in the end, he does well, extremely well. Look at Afridi. He was around the corner to ensure that if ever so it gets out of his hand, I'm going to be there for you. 105 for 9. So that's exactly what I was mentioning, that he has a great chance to clinch a few more wickets to his name. Rohit, of course, playing his first match of this tournament. And look at what he's done. He's on the verge of picking up a 4-4. Just crash towards the leg side. Adil Hassan opens his account with a single. So just one more delivery for Rohit to get a wicket to his name. But yeah, overall, very good performance. The bowlers rising to the occasion. Farhan Khan did really well. Saeed Haidarwasi Shah, that is one man you would want to get back in form. I mean, he did start off well. That 6 he hit, I think that was the shot of the match I've seen today. But then was unlucky, got the slightest of edges. Sharp bumper. It's a dot to close out the 18th over. It's 106 for 9. Irfan to bowl the penultimate over of this innings. It's been called as one for the over, so now I don't expect Irfan to go anything, or ball rather, anything short. He would look to just fire it onto the line of the stumps and get this match done and dusted. A very good little performance by Seven Districts, and surely deserve these two more important points on the table. Beautifully ball once again. It's going to be a dot. So yeah, they're UUDS Tuskers. They need to ensure they get a couple of big sixes. Try to get the deficit down, because we know that teams, they get eliminated just because of poor net run rate that they've acquired throughout the tournament. So these last 10 deliveries, these two batters can ensure they make it count. Adil Hassan, we know he's tall. He's somebody who can really pack a punch. Can he get a few runs for his team? Goes for a big hit, but doesn't find the connection. So yeah, his inclusion was so important. Irfan missed out in the last game, was rested, and now he's done exceptionally well, of course, first with the bat and now showcasing his talent with the ball as well. Somebody who's got a lot of variations under his sleeve. He's got a very deceptive leg cutter. Could have been easily a couple of more runs, but in fact they've opted to stick in with the single, and I think that's all because Muhammad Adil, he's somebody who's capable of hitting those big sixes. He's very tall. I mean, look at Farman Ali standing next to him. He's somebody who can really smash the ball hard, and that's what they need at the moment. Another dot delivery. Irfan is bowled exceptionally well this evening, and might be a candidate for the player of the match. Rohit, of course, another member who did so well. Wes bowled exceptionally well, picked up 2 wickets early on. Those first 6 overs, they were so important for UUDS Tuskers, and all they had to do is not lose wickets because they weren't really chasing a big target. But because of them losing wickets early on, it became difficult for the next batters to come in and continue the momentum. It's the end of over number 19. It's 109 for 9. Well, surprise, surprise. It's Haider Shah to bowl the last over of this match. Yeah, he can because the match is already over. Can he pick up a wicket? I haven't really seen him bowl in my past, to be honest. That was a good delivery. And if ever so he bowls one good over, maybe he could just, on his way back to Ajman, he could just have a word, sit right next to his captain and tell him, I can bowl, mate. Maybe you can use me. And that's what he's done. He's picked up a wicket. Surely he's going to have a long conversation with his captain Farman and ask him that I could be a better option maybe in the next games. But what a victory. This has turned out to be a pretty much one-sided encounter in the end. And 7 districts have clinched victory against UUDS Tuskers. It was a very important win for them. And they've been bundled out. They haven't gone on to play their allotted 20 overs. Well, that's how things have panned out. Nobody could really get going in the start. Dimuta and Dylan were the only batters who gave some hope. Almas, he was severely injured. And in the end, they've scored just 110 in the allotted 19.2 overs and were bundled out eventually. Yeah, very impressive. You can see all of the bowlers have gone on to pick up a wicket. But for me, I think the pick of the bowlers were Aves and Rohit. They bowled exceptionally well. And even Farhan, he did well pick up a wicket for his team. Just the one extra is what they've given. Match done and dusted. 7 districts scoring 164 in 20 overs. Irfan the top scorer with 37. And Raheel also playing a handy knock. In reply, UUDS Tuskers getting only 110 were bundled out. Dimutu and Dylan did try to battle it out, but then Rohit, Aves and Farhan. Excellent bowling performance by the 3 speedsters. And 7 districts have won this game by a big margin of 54 runs. Right then, we'll just dive into a short little break, and once we're back, we'll be all set for the post-match presentation. Stay tuned. Welcome to the post-match presentation of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. It was match number 16, 76 batting first and scoring 164 the allotted 20 overs. And in reply, UUDS Tuskers managing to score just 110 and not going out to play the allotted 20 overs were bundled out. And 76 have won this game comfortably by a big margin of 54 runs. I would now like to invite our match official, Mr. Preetham, to please hand over the player of the match, and it has to go to Mohammad Irfan of 76. Brilliant all-round performance, of course, first with the ball. And of course, his 37 runs, which made a huge difference for his team. Exceptional performance by Mohammad Irfan. इरफान मुबारक हो, ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस आज की सबसे पहले ये बताएं कैसा लग रहा है आपको ऑलराउंड परफॉर्मेंस के बाद?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह पाक का शुक्र है, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह पाक ने परफॉर्म करवाया। उसके बाद बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि काफ़ी देर बाद डोमेस्टिक में मेरा मैन ऑफ द मैच हुआ है काफ़ी लॉन्ग टाइम बाद।
64 आप लोगों ने किया, आपको क्या लगता है वो स्कोर इनफ था यहाँ पे?
जी इनफ था। जैसे विकेट था, आज ड्राई विकेट था क्योंकि मैं काफ़ी देर विकेट पे रहा हूँ। मुझे पता था कि 150 स्कोर प्लस अच्छा स्कोर है। हमारी बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी है, हम इंशाल्लाह डिफेंड करेंगे।
काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस्ड है, वेटरन खिलाड़ी हैं, काफ़ी टाइम से क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं यहाँ पे। यूए की क्रिकेट की टीम के सेटअप के साथ हैं अभी, वो कितना हेल्प कर रहा है आपको?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उधर भी काफ़ी मेहनत कर रहे हैं। अभी सब हर चीज़ प्रोफेशनल हो रही है, प्रोफेशनल तरीके से ट्रेनिंग वगैरह हो रही है, तो उससे इधर बहुत हेल्प मिल रही है।
आखिरी सवाल, ये प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच आप किसी को डेडिकेट करना चाहेंगे?
जी मैं ये प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच अपने ऑनर को डेडिकेट करूंगा, हैदर भाई को, क्योंकि वो मेरे से थोड़ा सा मेरी परफॉर्मेंस की वजह से नाराज़ हैं, तो उनको डेडिकेट करूंगा।
आई एम श्योर वो आज नाराज़ नहीं होंगे आपकी परफॉर्मेंस देखने के बाद। ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस, ऐसे खेलते रहे एंड बेस्ट ऑफ लक इन द फ्यूचर।
थैंक यू।
Well, that was Mohammad Irfan with his brilliant all-round performance. We're done and dusted with the post presentation, but do join us tomorrow as we have another exciting game lined up for you. Until then, it's goodbye and God bless.